happy with them. The two things that I was a wee bit uncomfortable about was the videos, and then the other thing is about this roving panel, because yesterday we never invited anybody up to the stage, and one of the things was we weren't sure how that would work. So do we want to test that out first thing in the morning and see if that's going to work?
I think we go with what we had yesterday, because it's likely we're going to be 10 minutes behind. So we're going to have eaten into that. Paul's going to come along at the end of the video and has limited time. So Paul doing a Q&A, and I can always drop back in. And if we can't get people to jump up.
So you're not actually got to be here for the whole event?
Yeah.
All right. No.
But I'm going to try and record the video, because you get better recorded video. So I'm going to record the video. I'll be here. So if shit hits the fan, I'm here.
Right.
I'll be here the whole time.
Right. Okay.
But obviously, you said yesterday you'll do this bit, and I'll be doing the
I'm quite
trouble.
happy to do it. It's just, but obviously when we had the wee discussion about what we had to do the day, when I saw that email this morning, I just panicked a wee bit. That I thought, I've never played a video or that before. And how will I know? Is it quite clear in Robin's presentation when the videos have to be played?
Yes, it is, as far as I can see. So they've sent through that PDF of their thing, and it literally has a placeholder saying video.
Right, okay.
So what you do, right? So let's do it live. So don't worry about whatever screen I'm sharing.
Right. So you're pretending to be Robin.
Yeah. So I'm Robin. I get to the bit that goes, "Hey, video." So you need to say, or you need to tell him in advance, ideally, when he gets to that video, to kill his screen.
Right. Okay.
So stop sharing. You then go to more.
Right, but ideally I would be camera and mic off at this point.
Yeah, you can be camera and mic off. Try it now. And I'll explain it through to you. So you go to more. At the top there is like share video. You then paste the first link into that, put the tick in autoplay, and click go. Leave the video, don't touch anything, don't worry about if you can't hear it or anything like that. You've got to let it play all the way through. It's about 45 seconds, this one, I think, so it's no biggie. And when it finishes, you do the same thing in reverse. So click on the more, and then click on share video again, and it'll go away. Brilliant. Then Robin shares his screen again. Carries on his presentation, gets to the next one for the next video.
Right, so Robin's face will be there because he'll still be in present mode.
Yeah, that's okay. Because people can do what you could do before the weekend.
You can make the screen bigger, right? Okay, that's fine.
So then, we go second video. Don't bother turning your camera off for this one, but if you just want to play it again, the second video. So go to video. Make sure you tick autoplay. That's the most important. Otherwise, it sits on the screen and people have to press play.
Right, okay.
So then it runs, and then you go more and switch it off.
Right, fine. Right, okay.
And that's it. So Paul's is a lot easier because they're not pissing around. He's not pissing around with 3. It's literally one video that's about 22 minutes and I don't know, seconds long. And then he will be there at the end. And the final thing to do, so participant list, obviously you won't be able to see this at the moment because it's only us. The green man or green thing means we're on stage. So like if Robin were to switch his mic and camera off, but you've invited him to stage, he would still be green.
You can still see him, right? Okay.
So you can't get him back as such.
Right, he
The
has to
only
turn the
way
mic and camera back.
yeah, he has to turn his camera and mic back on. If you press, so it will be grey for anyone in the thing, it'll be grey for them. Press it on.
Right.
It feels like 3.5 hours, but it's about 2 or 3 seconds until they land. So you just need to think about padding for 2 or 3 seconds,
Right, okay.
and just saying stuff like, Robin, if you make sure you turn your camera and your mic on,
Right, no, that's fine.
blah, blah, blah. To boot someone off stage. So if you take people up to stage, you definitely want to turn them off, because otherwise they can just go camera and mic on. You literally click that green icon. You can't do it to me or you because we're hosts.
We're hosts. Right, okay.
But any invited ones, when the list is there like this, you'll have hosts at the top. If we have speakers, I haven't set people up as speakers because it's actually better, because otherwise they do like Broxbourne or Gene Inglis did and turn their camera and mic on, and all of a sudden they're in the middle of someone else's presentation. So it's much better if you just manage them as a participant, invite them up and boot them off. That's all.
Right.
The only troubleshooting thing I'd say, so say you press Robin up and you've waited those 2 or 3 or 4 seconds, nothing's happened. Click him off again and click him on again, because the likelihood is the pop-up has come up and he's accidentally said no or something. So click him off, click him back on again. It's unlikely. And obviously, if it turns to shit, I'll obviously be trying to help as well. And same way as yesterday, if for some reason a presentation isn't shared or something like that. So at the start, you know, you want to at least be there until they've shared their presentation and said something, so you can say, yeah, that's good, we can hear you, we can see it, and then turn it off. Shit, there was one other thing I was going to say, just troubleshoot. I don't think it's important. It might come to me in a sec. Yeah, obviously I'll jump in if there is any problems and you haven't seen it. Sharing screen, I couldn't replicate what you were getting yesterday. So I tried and I tried and I tried. When I share a screen, I get literally, you know, even a PowerPoint, I get literally this view. So I can see me and you down the left-hand side, and I can see the shared screen in the middle.
Right, let me just try that again then. Yeah, it's probably not really an issue today because I'll not be sharing my screen. I mean, it was really only yesterday.
Yeah, but let's try anyway. If not, let's do a quick refresh, because they did release yesterday, so you might need to refresh.
Right, so if I'm sharing my big screens, for some reason I get that flickering.
It's flickering for me. But I don't think it does when it's actually in presentation mode. It's not flickering anymore. It might just be when it starts or something. Yeah, perfect.
No, so see, once I do that, see when you're on PowerPoint, how do you get it so that it's no showing you that next slide? Because I don't know if that's what the problem is.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, escape out of that a sec. Oh shit, I can't see your fucking screen enough. In there somewhere is presenter view. I think it's
all right. I think that's what the problem is. So
yeah, bin that. It's a fucking pain in the arse.
Aye, that's it now. That's what the problem is.
It's always that. It's a fucking pain in the arse, that mode. If there is 2 shared screens, you as the presenter now, so say, and I don't think it's going to happen, but just to make you aware, one will be big.
Yeah.
And you'll have a notification bar across the top. if someone else shares it, to say so-and-so shared a screen, and there'll be a button that says make primary. So if you did have two, you can swap that primary screen around. I mean, to be honest, if there's two shared screens, the best way is someone bin their shared screen and the other person share a screen, you know, rather than two, because it's just excessive.
Right. So see tonight, this morning between 9 and 9:30. I mean, obviously the main thing is that we hope that we get a bit more numbers today than what we had yesterday. But
so, yeah,
it's how we, when the people are coming in, how we best use that half an hour between 9 and 9:30.
Yeah, just trying to get them started is the thing. Is try and get a mic and camera on. So I'll do the same thing. Like 9 o'clock, I'll try and dot around the tables and hit people as I can. I'll keep announcements going into the chat and potentially the announcements with the bing bing.
Yeah.
And at some point, I'll go to the tech table, and then I'll just be announcing, if you've got a problem, come to the tech table and I'll help you there.
But obviously the issue is that if we're in video mode, you can't go to the table.
No. So I'll be helping people in the chat.
Right. So I wasn't able to play the video. I would rather just do it, try and live help people and try and do it in a more interactive way and see if we can say to them, because that was one of the things yesterday. I felt like it wasn't really interactive at all. Like we didn't really have, other than that one guy that asked quite a few questions, we didn't really have people interacting in the chat. We didn't use the whiteboard at all. So
they weren't an interactive bunch yesterday. There was very little.
No, I know,
chat.
but there wasn't very. I know that there was very few people in the room as well.
I was so fucking pleased you were raising questions because I was so busy. I was
that's kind of that's why I was asking if you're going to be in the room today, because to me that's the other person's job, is to kind of generate the chat and put things in, because otherwise you'll get to end of the session and there's no questions.
Exactly. And the first couple of sessions yesterday, because I was dealing with troubleshooting all the time, it came to the end and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have relevant context specific presentation specific questions. You know, I was kind of scratching and going generic. And that,
do you know, the funniest thing was, see, when we planned the Monday, I always thought the Monday will be quiet because folk are really busy on a Monday morning and loads of people take leave on a Monday, especially in the run up to Christmas. And I remember speaking to the sponsors and saying, I don't know if I would take a Monday slot, because I tried to get Verint to take the Tuesday slot.
Yeah.
And they said, no, in our experience, these virtual events, the Monday will be the busiest day. But then when I spoke to a few people yesterday, they were like, there's a lot of people on leave. And I did actually get quite a few out of offices yesterday, because I sent out a couple of emails yesterday. Like I sent one kind of halfway through, and then I sent one yesterday.
Sorry to interrupt, just mindful of the time, 8:56, people will just drop in. I had a few emails from people in Scotland just saying, hope it went really well today. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to join. I'm really busy. West Dunbartonshire and Moray and a few others. So yeah, hopefully good today. Hopefully more. I put the agenda out last night on social again, and every session is getting tweeted and linked in with the join link again. So hopefully, touch wood.
So see, just for this morning's session, is it possible, see if I just do, like, I can control myself, just present now, because what I was thinking was I might say, like, can everybody comment in the chat, and then I might take, like, and then can you use the whiteboard, can you move tables, but I might take the present on and off so that like we can like, I'm using the time, but there's time in between, so we can try and speak to people if there's problems.
Yeah, I mean, there's never going to be a lot of time in 15 minutes, but yeah, I think go fast at an intro and try and get them in the chat, and then drop back to tables. But I think probably we're not going to, because the moment, like, I get someone on the table, it's going to be 2-3 minutes of conversation probably to go through. What are your settings? Are you in the right browser? Have you tried F5? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I think it's good. Do an intro, try and get a bit going in the chat and stuff like that, and maybe say, you know, we will invite you up, use a Q&A, and then drop back to tables and we'll try and troubleshoot. But I don't think you're gonna, because if you sort of flick back into presentation mode and then flick back to the floor, I ain't gonna have any time to help anybody. It's just literally dead time. So I think it's like, do a bit, and then when you bring them back, maybe bring them back 2 or 3 minutes early, and then, you know, before you introduce the first one. But if you can leave just one gap, so I've got a chance to hit people.
Right. So I think what I'll do is I'll do at 1/4 past. I'll do
should
like
we go
literally
back to the table so we don't get caught out?